Hi everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live and welcome to another show. You know, last week we had a lot of things going on down here. The main part was snow and ice. And there were a lot of businesses that went ahead and opened even on Monday and Tuesday so they could help take care of some of the community, or all the community I should say. And that's what today's all about. It's Team Bolivar Peninsula wanting to say thank you and recognize these businesses and employees that went above and beyond during the harsh environment and the hard times down here. No power, no water. And so that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to talk about some of the businesses and their employees. But first, this Bolivar Live is brought to you by Sandra Dial, Keller Williams, Crystal Beach. When you're looking for a beach house as a second home or maybe a new full-time resident, look up Sandra Dial and give her a call. She's local, she knows what it takes and knows the area along with the zoning. She's been here for years and she loves the work to get the best deal possible. Look up sandradial.com. Well, like I said, last week, in fact a week ago today, we were hit by a major ice and snowstorm here in southeast Texas. And, you know, the community down here, Bolivar, has always come together and taken care of its own whenever times get hard. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And I've got everything wrote down, so bear with me. First, I want to thank the big store, Keith Sahar, and the staff up there for coming in no matter what the road conditions were like, and with no power. The big store does have generation system, and Keith made sure that he was open as much as possible throughout the ordeal last week. They were open Monday and Tuesday, I believe, from 7 to 2 or 3. And then Wednesday, I think they went till 6. And Thursday, they got back on a regular schedule. You know, it's not cheap running the generators, but Keith and the big store and the staff want to make sure they're open to take care of the community. So we're going to give recognition to some of them. Bo Williams, Wendy Clark, Kathy Taylor, Katie Billett, Chris Perry, Joan Shepard, Alicia Davis, Rachel Main, Jordan Fay, Jaime, Buffy DeBall, Danny Norrid, John Maglola, John Calizo, Neil Quinn, Sherry Taylor, Tim Marvin, Dakota Marvin, Benji Maynard, Patsy Stockton, Maria Capella, Devin Riley, Jason, Richard Walling, Bo Williams, Krista Hernandez, Jolene Culpepper, Maddie Weiser, Pedro Hernandez, Emily Billett, and Lonnie Pop. I want to thank these employees for coming in through more or less ice and snow to make sure the big store was open. Now, I got a call from Brad, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday, and he said, David, meet me up at the Stingery with as many lights and extension cords as you had. I have a generator and we need to feed people. And what he was doing was coming in all the way from Winnie to make sure that our frontline workers, the EMS, the fire department, the energy employees that were down here and the contractors, the water department, made sure they had a hot meal. And once we got up there, about the time we got up there and got started, actually the power came on. And so I want to thank Team Stingery Restaurant for everyone that came in and helped feed the people here on Bolivar Peninsula during these harsh times. Brad said he's got a great team and they took care of anything that needed to be done. I just talked to Brad on the phone and he said they're back up and running full steam ahead and can't wait to see everyone Wednesday when they open at 11 o'clock. They were open over the weekend. They were open Friday for to-go orders, and then Saturday and Sunday they also had dine-in. So I want to thank all the staff at Stingery Restaurant, Team Stingery, that came in and took care of the front battle line with hot meals. Also wanted to thank the water department. And you know, we had lines broken everywhere. They had to shut the water off because the water levels were getting down. And the people at the water department went above and beyond to make sure they got the water back on as soon as possible. They started in High Island, filling the tanks and going through each road and looking at each house, turning off a house if no one was there and the pipes were broken. And they worked their way down all the way to Jose's the first day. And the second day, they actually finished up that morning, probably about 10 o'clock or so, and had water all the way to the ferry landing. And so I want to thank some of the people, or all the people at the Bolivar Peninsula SUD Water Department for everything they did. And I've got some names here. Let me find them here. Barbara Cowie, Michelle Martin, Pam Broussard, Kim Simon, Liz Clifton, Christy Hindeman, Robin Capel, Jennifer Cumby, Donald Crawford, Clifford Hayward, Michael Riley, and Richie Rodriguez. Those are the people at the Bolivar Peninsula Water Department that worked out in below freezing temperatures to make sure we got water back on the peninsula. So want to thank them. Also want to thank Alvin and Energy. You know, I talked to Alvin this morning, and they worked through the night Thursday because they had a chore and they wanted to get everyone back online. They thought they had everyone back. They blew some fuses, but they worked. He said he finally got home about 5 o'clock in the morning from getting power on it. So I want to thank Alvin for everything he does for the community down here, and the contractors that helped him, which was Primoris and Bright Star. Both of those contractors were down here working with Alvin and Energy to get power on as soon as possible. One thing we didn't think about is once the water gets on, we have to get the water department, the sewer department going. And through it all, they had a couple freezes, and it was mainly electrical problems, but they got those taken care of. And so I want to thank Bolivar Sewer, Unidine, Dale Bianchi, Jerry Millender, and Danny Donahue. They were all working out here, running back and forth, making sure once we got water that the lines could flow and that they had a way to process it. So I want to thank them. On the big store, and I can't remember, I guess I already did the big store, so I got mixed up. But just want to thank everyone that worked together down here. The fire department, EMS, you know, when they get a call, they have to go no matter what the conditions are. We had individuals, I know Brenda took propane tanks and Brad took some propane tanks to some people that had run out of propane. A lot of neighbors checking on neighbors. And so I want to thank everyone that did everything possible to make sure the community was taken care of. To my knowledge, the ferry never shut down. The Highland Bridge was closed to traffic, I think, for a day or two, but TxDOT got it back open. Also want to thank a special man, because as we were winding down this freeze, the sun was coming out Wednesday, or might have been Thursday. All the snow had been packed down, and there was about an inch of ice on the road. And at one point when the sun came out, it really got slick, especially in front of Biscayne. And then the curve on Loop 108, if you went through it, you were going to slide down to the bottom, and several cars did. But there's a man that was in a field. Actually, he had gone out to water his bulls, and he noticed that no one could pass Biscayne. Cars that had slid off the road were stuck, and the wreckers that had come to help pull them out were stuck. And that's Sid Bowes. So he got his tractor, and he cleaned. In fact, I went through it. I've got four-wheel drive, and went through it and got home and told Chris, I'm not going back into Crystal Beach until it freezes up, because it's slick as owls, you know what, or butter on glass in front of Biscayne, and there's already a problem there. So about 3 hours later, I went up to see what the road conditions were like, and the roads were clean. 108 curve was clean. You could see a little snow and ice in the center and on the edges, but the main part of the road was clean. And when I got up to Highway 87, It was clean from the loop all the way past Biscayne. And when I stopped and was talking to Alvin, I asked him, who did it? Did the county come through here? And he said, and about that time, I saw an orange tractor going by with a front end loader on it. And it had Sid Bowes was driving it. And so I want to thank Sid Bowes and his wife Peggy for everything they do for the community. He spent a lot of time out there cleaning the road, making sure the cars could get through easily and not slide off the road and have any more problems. So I want to thank Sid Bowes for what he did on Highway 87 and Loop 108, because it saved some lives and it saved some heartache for some people. So that's it. Snow's behind us. It's Monday. A week ago today, we were snowed under, ice under, and by this time most of the peninsula didn't have power and some of them didn't have water, but we made a great recovery 7 days later. Skies are sunny. It's going to be in the mid-60s today, and most of the week, except for one day, it gets down in the higher 50s because we have a front come through, but nothing like last week. So anyway, we're going to head on out. Just wanted to say thank you to the community from Team Bolivar Peninsula and all the businesses that went out of their way to take care of the community and individuals down here last week when we were ice and snowed over like we're not used to. Until next time, this is David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.